immediate and complete reports of local blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and guts, blood and guts.
What happened was true. The most bizarre and brutal series of crimes.
Hello everyone. I'm here with another horrible TikTok PSA. Aren't you glad it's still here? So this one, I'm going to let you know right now. If you're here hoping that that's going to be on screen, it's not. I have never done a reaction, quote unquote, or analysis to animal content. And I've never ever offered it in any kind of way in my content where you could just like go see that. So yeah, I don't plan on doing that today either. But this is something that actually needs to be talked about. I'm not going to go into the deepest of details like I have in the past about certain things, mostly just because I feel like this video will be viewed a lot more if I keep it on, I guess, just a safer level. But I will warn you, this is going to be very, very upsetting. The video going around right now, I mean, I've talked about it a few times. You've probably seen a bunch of creators talking about it. I'm not talking about this video. I'm talking about gore, animal stuff, exploitation content, or even just adult like pornography being put all over TikTok and like fan cams, pranks, whatever, profile pictures. This is all bad because it's like, I believe it's still considered the world's largest social media platform. And like the age requirement is like 13 or something. And that's horrible. Horrible, 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 horrible. Okay, I don't believe that children should be online really almost ever under any circumstances because of how people are. It's a gross, gross world we live in. But here we are. So what's going around now is just being called simply one girl, one dog, or a girl and her dog. And I guess there's a username attached to it. The username or whatever, it is not active, so it's just Userhoha11672. And sometimes the video goes by that. So it's really, really weird. So this video, just reading about it is really creepy and upsetting. Okay. As you saw, there is a dog. Like, that's a still from the video. I don't have it. I don't like to watch that. I don't do that. The video is over 3 minutes long and has a woman crying and petting this dog who seems to have an injured paw. And that is, well, it quickly escalates from there to the woman taking the dog and taking the legs, spreading them, and cutting them off while the dog is still alive as she cries and goes, "I'm going to protect you," or something like that. Like she's just trying to protect it. Yeah, that is what is being put in things like, from what I was told, it was in a SpongeBob clip. And then someone else claimed it popped up in a anime like AMV type video. So I really don't know if it's like a whole theme, if it's a group or whatever, but this seems to be the latest in zoo sadism content that is just being uploaded onto TikTok. And again, like what was going around more recently, and it's something I didn't really talk about up until I heard about this, because I just figured, oh great, it's just happening again, is One Bitch Nine Pups is also being passed around on TikTok, as well as via the AI minion gore trend that we also talked about here. They're still doing that, and they're just using other AI filters that they think is funny or think are funny, whatever, and putting this kind of stuff on it. And it's just really bad. But from what I'm being told, I ain't about to click no TikTok links anymore, especially after everything. No. But like the things are like, hey, you know, this is what this is. And I'm like, I'm not clicking that. Could you please explain what this is? You know, this is what I was told, and I believe it. I believe it. I was able to verify that this video does in fact exist. It doesn't necessarily have a name. It's just a common animal abuse clip that goes around. There are some other things that also happen in the video, but ultimately it is incredibly disturbing. Do not look up that video. Do not search for that video. And for, oh God, I just hope none of you have to see it, because seriously, just the description of it describes the dog still being alive and like yelping without legs. So I don't really think that's something I ever want to lay eyes on. Oh my God. That's bad. Animals are much like children. They're quite innocent. They kind of just do. And dogs are derpy and unconditional loving animals. They need to be protected just as much as children. I mean, it's like, that's not fair. That's really messed up and twisted. And it also takes an extra special level of sexual sadist to be able to torture an animal. And I don't know if that's necessarily the case with this, but she was recording it for a reason. And I mean, we can go into conspiracies about whatever, but ultimately this woman is, well, deeply disturbed. Now, the video itself is actually not new. It's actually quite old. In fact, it's 8 years old. It came out September of 2017, and it was just cycling other social medias and, of course, really nasty places where zoo sadists like to gather, I'm sure. And there's a lot of clips that are like this that I haven't talked about. I really don't necessarily like talking about this subject too much unless it's really relevant or there's something especially shocking that came out or revelations have unfolded, like Adam Britton, the creator of One Bitch Nine Pups, and other creations like it, was actually arrested. Like, that's made like nationwide news. Like, that has made worldwide news. You know what I mean? It's a big deal. And with this kind of thing, it's like, I don't know any background of this beyond that. And that's kind of creepy too, because it's like, I have no idea if this person's arrested. I don't know if they're an active zoo sadist uploading stuff. I have no idea, but that kind of stuff does happen, and it's like a regular thing, and it's been probably up until really recently very hard to prosecute because, I mean, Tim Wynn is still out there. If you don't know who that is, good. It is really bad, and it's just like the levels of not caring that are, you know, implemented here when it comes to these kinds of topics. At least I'm talking about in terms of like law enforcement and stuff like that, because it's like I said, it's like damn near never prosecuted, it seems, especially when like it's not even just people doing these things on like a state level. They're uploading the content to the internet for other creeps to get off on and upload their stuff, and it's no different than child exploitation because psychologically sexual sadism is rooted in sexual sadism, and if you're sexually sadistic against animals, you're gonna be against people. I don't care what anybody says. These people all swear somehow it's morally grandstanding to say, well, I only do it to animals, not people. And it's like, Patrick, you can't do that at all. Like, that's not normal at all. And you know what I mean? But there's always a rationale with some sort of predatory behavior. They all have some sort of rationale, some sort of excuse. But ultimately, it's like, this is one among the most evil acts there is, like, is abusing an animal like this. This is insane. I couldn't even fathom taking it upon myself to do such a thing. I really don't get it. And for the people who actually want to watch it or seek it out and claim that it's just like regular gore, and I mean, you can barely stand up for watching gore. I mean, you're kind of like, you do what now? And I mean, yeah, loose analytic perspectives and curiosity and stuff, that could be excused there. But when does it? When is that? Bar placed? When is that line drawn? And it's things like this. It's things that involve kids. It's things that involve animals. It's things that are like, okay, buddy, you're like really messed up because this is truly sadistic, and you're sitting there like. But all in all, at the end of the day, what do we have here? We have TikTok, again, hosting the most heinous things known to man that should not exist, that just comes out of the minds of like evil or whatever, because I up until hearing about this kind of stuff, I could not even imagine like doing that to an animal, even to torture it. That wouldn't have even been in my imagination if someone said, hey, how could you torture an animal the worst way? It's like, well, one, that's a weird question, homie. Two, what? Because it's like, that's not normal to sit there and think about. Sometimes it's normal to wonder, man, I wonder if a guy ever fell in lava and that's on camera. Well, the answer is no. And that's kind of, I don't know, that has me feeling mixed, but this is upsetting. And that's about as funny as it gets in this video, because this is a disgusting topic, and I really wish it didn't exist, and I really wish it wasn't hosted on a platform like that. You find things like that on YouTube as well, but at least YouTube is able to take things down, seemingly, where TikTok, it like goes off like a virus and just widespread till it finally hits the news, and they're like, well, we're handling it. It's like, yeah, you have traumatized a lot of people already. I don't even know how to get a grip on such a large platform. I'm not an expert. It's a lot more complicated than we all think, but all in all, I was one of the people that was down for TikTok going away, and I'm not sorry for it. But it's there, so for those who want to defend the platform and say whatever, that's fine too. I mean, it's kind of like this. It's similar, just like watching something on YouTube Shorts. It's just different kinds of algorithms and a different company. But I just feel that that's part of the issue. Somehow it's worse there. I don't know. It's like Twitter got worse than it was. You know what I mean? There's just zones on the internet that are just worse than others. And I view TikTok as a very negative, very scary place. And that's why I'm not active on there. It's just not, I don't know. Not a fan. But I think that's all there is for this one. Let me know if you've come across anything horrifying down below, and let me know if you have any requests for things for me to cover. I'm definitely shook by this, and very, very blessed I have not had such incidences on Instagram. I've seen a little bit of gore, but nothing where it's just like, wow, what the heck? You know, anything like that? That Cartel Leatherface thing was up there, though. Anyway, if you'd like to support me directly, go ahead and do that by going down and can't talk. If you'd like to support this channel directly or help me with anything, blah, 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 I'm selling myself here, but I have premium content as well as all my deleted library and things not allowed on YouTube. You can go in the description and find my premium pages there to find that, as well as get Discord access and talk to me daily. And you can find other things there that may interest you as well. Uncensored content is most definitely a thing as well, and yeah, I guess that's it, but I just know you won't find anything like that here. So, stay safe out there. I love you all dearly. And remember, if it bleeds, it leads. Hey, delete your TikTok. Follow me on Instagram.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the State Police. Have received reports of abducted children within their homes. At approximately 11:55 p.m. Eastern Time, it is confirmed that the suspects who are causing great terrorism and shock to kill any people who abducted almost have children with it. As a precaution, keep any child 12 or below on your sites and must be monitored to them for all costs. Do not attempt to approach the suspects as they are considered extremely armed and dangerous. Stay tuned to the station or local media outlets for further updates on this dangerous situation.